what a mess it is. Oh, hello, welcome to the Masked Fan Attic. The attic where all the masks are, here above Horror Hotel. I'm Dr. Lady, inventor of the vampire alarm clock, among many other boons against mankind. It's the vampire alarm, yeah, okay, you saw that. Moving right along, here in the Masked Fan Attic, what we try to do every week is try to find you an interesting mask that is maybe one that slipped through the cracks. A Halloween mask that is worthy of attention, even though you might not be able to find it at your local shopping mall or shopping center or what have you. What have you? Okay. Tonight, look at this. What an amazing coincidence. There just happens to be an interesting mask here. This is a Dracula from Horror Sanctum Studios. So this would be the Horror Sanctum Studios Dracula, aka the HSS Dracula. There's the tag still attached. Now, this was part of a series that came out in, I believe, 2009. I believe these were first created in 2009, the 9-10 season. Sculpted and made entirely by Sam McCain of Horror Sanctum. And the reason I like this and the reason he made this, Sam was trying to introduce a series of masks that would have been like, kind of like the things we used to all get from the back pages of old monster magazines back in the 60s and 70s. Kind of like Topstone or Dawn Post from back in the day. And I thought they were great. I thought they were very cool masks. They were very well designed. They just didn't catch on, I guess, in 2010 and 11. Maybe this wasn't the style that the public was buying. But if you're a retro slash nostalgia slash vintage Halloween freak, or if you're just a freak, come to think of it, you ought to like these because they do capture a sort of retro vibe. This one was my favorite of the series. I think it looks exactly like something that would have been in one of those old ads. It really is a nice combination of, well, classic Dracula attributes and more modern Dracula attributes, and kind of 60s, 70s kitschy, psychedelic, psychotronic kind of feel to it. And I thought this was a very cool mask. Sometimes just called Count. And these the masks in this series sold for, I believe, $55, which is not a great deal of money, but of course it isn't the $1.98 that you might have paid back in the 60s or 70s. But again, these were handmade rather than factory made like those older masks. But there are others in the series, including an original generic interpretations of Frankenstein, Wolfman, Mummy, the Phantom of the Opera that Sam did. And because reception was not what was hoped for, the rest of the series was scuttled. So he never went ahead and made his own versions of the other characters he was going to do in that series because you people didn't buy enough of the first ones. But I imagine they're still available somewhere here and there. You may see them online, or I don't think they ever made it to costume shops, but worth collecting, I think, if you like vintage retro Halloween. And again, the Dracula was my favorite, and one of the things I liked so much about it is the blue. It's just the color that he used on this just looks really retro. It looks like a monster from the 70s, and very much like a 70s mask. So if you like masks that look like they're from the 70s, but they were actually made more recently, so the rubber's going to be in better shape and so forth, I recommend for your next Halloween gathering and haunted house or bar mitzvah or, you know, your best friend's wedding, I recommend the not House of Horror, the Horror Sanctum Studios, rather, Dracula, right here, that looks like this, complete with blood. And you know, I'm thinking if we put a fuzzy afro wig on it and a mustache and a goatee, we might be able to get a Zandor Vorkov Dracula versus Frankenstein Dracula out of it. Might have to try that with one of these. He said, yeah, but in the meantime, cool mask, look for it, there you go. And join me here again next time in the Mask Fan Attic.